It's Monday, May 4, and time for your Barbados Today morning news update. Another employee of the National Assistance Board has tested positive for COVID-19. The latest update from health officials said the 55-year-old man came into contact with 2 known cases. The national count of cases moves to 82, and the number of people in isolation now stands at 31. Meantime, home help workers and other NAB field staff who tested negative for COVID-19 and have been cleared by the Ministry of Health and Wellness will return to work today. The decision was taken at a meeting between the government and the leadership of the National Union of Public Workers yesterday. Acting Prime Minister Cynthia Bradshaw chaired the talks, which discussed a number of matters related to the cluster of positive cases of COVID-19 diagnosed among the NAB staff and the associated implications for staff and clients.
Elderly persons and their families can therefore be assured that there will be no disruption of care of the elderly. Workers can also be assured that the necessary personal protective equipment will be provided to them to continue to carry out their duties. And we've also agreed to improve the channels of communication between the respective ministries and the staff of the National Assistance Board to keep them abreast of all new developments.
Barbados' Private Sector Association is rejecting any suggestion that the business class is putting profits before people. In fact, BPSA Chairman Edward Clark tells Barbados Today any criticism suggesting such is unfair. His comment comes as the staggered reopening of some businesses gets on the way today and the 24-hour stay-at-home order reverts to an overnight curfew from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m.
If you shut down a small economy like this for 6 weeks or so, 5 weeks, it is going to have a very long-term impact on the country. We could not afford to remain closed for much longer. This economy was at a standstill, and basically a lot of people will have long-term damage to their economic situation going forward. Many businesses would have collapsed. Many people would have been laid off for indefinite time. When they laid off,
Lost jobs
lost their jobs for a very long time to come. I don't think that we have been in any way overly aggressive on it. I think we have waited until we believe the government had this thing under control. I think the government has done a very good job managing the health situation. But we felt that it was time, and I still do think it was time that we have the economic activity going again in a managed manner.
A St. Michael couple lost all their possessions in a blaze that destroyed their home and affected 3 other houses. 3 fire tenders and 13 officers under the command of Divisional Officer Ernly Fields responded to the blaze at Peterkin Land, St. Michael yesterday around 11:55 in the morning. Officer Fields said a total of 6 people were affected by the fire. Homeowner Dale Morn said he and his wife were unable to save any of their possessions.
My wife just called me and told me there's fire. Fire. I jump up. I went back. I saw a blanket. I pulled it out, but I guess it was something else burning. And then the fire just like spread fast, and we just exit. And that's it. We just exit.
Was your house insured?
Yes, it's insured.
Were you able to save anything in the fire, sir?
No, nothing.
Consumers are paying less for gasoline, diesel and kerosene as of midnight on Sunday. Gasoline decreased by 48 cents and now costs $3.09 per litre, and diesel dropped by 37 cents to $2.52 per litre. Kerosene is now 73 cents per litre, a reduction of 28 cents.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To news from the region, Bahamian Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis has assured the public that progress was being made in the country's fight against COVID-19 and the measures put in place to stem the outbreak are working. But he made it clear that officials and the public cannot let the guards down. He made the comments during a national address last night where he announced that starting today, his government was initiating Phase 1B, which is a staggered reopening of businesses to restart the economy.
This portion of Phase 1 focuses on delivery, curbside service, and construction. This phased reopening is aimed at striking the right balance between permitting some further level of commerce to resume while still maintaining a vigilant national position, promoting physical distancing and reinforcing the health and safety precautions necessary to mitigate community spread of COVID-19. The objective of the first phase is to stimulate businesses through economic activity and to meet needs important to the population during this health crisis.
And finally, U.S. President Donald Trump said on Sunday he was confident a vaccine would be developed against COVID-19 by the end of the year. He made the comment during a 2-hour virtual town hall broadcast by Fox News. As of Sunday, the number of Americans infected with the virus topped 1.1 million, with more than 67,000 dead, according to data from Johns Hopkins University.
We are very confident that we're going to have a vaccine at the end of the year. By the end of the year, have a vaccine.
By the end of this year?
We think we're going to have a vaccine by the end of this year. And we're pushing very hard. You know, we're building supply lines now. We don't even have the final vaccine. Johnson & Johnson, if you look at Johnson & Johnson is doing it. We have many companies are, I think, close, because I meet with the heads of them, and I find it a very interesting subject because it's so important. But I think we'll have a vaccine by the end of the year. We're also pushing it. Look, we're doing things at the FDA that's never happened before. We're getting approval so fast. Like, as an example, with Gilead on the new Remdesivir, that's going to be, that's a game changer because it's a 31% step. It's a step. It's a 31% step, and then they'll be at 50%. Like AIDS, what's happened with AIDS? We had AIDS was a scourge all over the world. It was, you were dead. It was a death certificate. And then all of a sudden they came up with some, and now we will be AIDS-free within 8 years. We started 10 years. Should have started in the previous administration. They did nothing.
That's news. But for the very latest, visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.